name is Lisa Greene, and this is my informative speech on the Amber Alert process. Try to imagine your child, your grandchild, your little brother, your little sister, your niece, your nephew, gone. They're one minute, gone the next. And you have no idea where they are, what happened to them, or who they're with. This is reality for a lot of people in America these days whose children are kidnapped. One minute they're there with them, the next minute they're gone. This affects the lives of the children, their families and friends, and everyone who has been associated with that child. Today I'd like to speak to you a little bit about what the Amber Alert process is and what happens with that system. To begin, let's look at the criteria used for issuing an Amber Alert. Number one, law enforcement must confirm that it is an actual child abduction. Number two, the child has to be deemed to be in serious, has to be deemed to have risk of serious injury or death. Number three, law enforcement has to have sufficient description of the child, their captor, or the captor's vehicle to issue an alert. The child must be 17 years old or younger, and it is recommended that immediate entry of Amber Alert data be entered in the FBI's National Crime Information Center. A text of the information describing the circumstances surrounding the abduction of the child should be entered and the case flagged as a child abduction. Second, let's talk about what happens when an Amber Alert is actually issued. Law enforcement determines that there is a child abduction. Law enforcement then issues the Amber Alert. They notify broadcasters, they notify state transportation officials, and then the Amber Alert interrupts regular programming. That's radio, TV, and highway signs. An Amber Alert can also be issued on lottery tickets, wireless devices such as mobile phones, and on the internet. I recently, in the past few months, received an Amber Alert on my iPhone, and it actually was an Amber Alert for a child who was missing in the county that I lived, so that can be very useful. Next, let's discuss where Amber Alert came from. It was actually established in honor of this child, Amber Hagerman, who is a 9-year-old child from Arlington, Texas. She was abducted while riding her bicycle in a vacant grocery store parking lot while riding her bicycle with her brothers. She was brutally killed by having her throat cut. At that time, Amber Hagerman's family and America's missing children's agencies throughout the country all push to have a system put in place where we can get the public involved and have more eyes out there. So that's when the Amber Alert system was made. Amber stands for America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response. Fourth, let's take just a minute to talk about the success of the Amber Alert system. Since January 2010, 500 children have been rescued as a result of Amber Alert. Getting the information out there, the description of the vehicle, the capture of the child, all that plays a big part in getting a child rescued. So 500 children since January of 2010 is not a bad number. All right, in conclusion, as you can see, the Amber Alert process has been very beneficial for helping us find our missing children in America. With 700,000 children missing annually, I don't think we would have near the success that we have now if it were not for the Amber Alert process. Thank you.